Beautiful and broken. My brown skin glistens even with the stains of tears past. My heart, although shattered in a million pieces, still finds the energy to beat fast. I rise in the morning and put on my cape. My kids can't see the war I escaped, so I protect them like a superhero. I'm a strong woman. That's my superpower. I'm up every hour struggling with what society tells me I should feel. The heart I possess, it may be God's true test, but please understand the hurt is definitely real. But this is simply me. I ain't gotta prove a thing to anybody watching. Except I gotta go and get it, that's the only option. Know a few that probably thought I'd really take a L, but I came to close the coffin on them with a nail. People show their true colors when you want a mission. Quick to have opinions.
Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm Dana K.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Starheart.
And hi, I'm Sunny.
Hey y'all, it's Taya, aka Arthur T.
And this is Main Character Energy Podcast.
Let me show you what it means to be the main character.
Hello, ladies. We are here. We are
First
finally
episode,
here.
yeah.
Yes.
First episode, baby. Let's go.
Yes. So
Y'all ready? Are they ready?
Are
y'all ready?
Y'all
That
ready?
part.
Are y'all
Oh, okay.
ready?
I don't know.
So-
Hold on to your drawers.
So this is, because this is our first episode, this is the Waiting to Exhale episode, which is why we're in our lovely pajamas,
Yes.
as you all can see. No, we will not be in pajamas every episode, but this is the Waiting to Exhale episode, right? And with that being said, right, I would like us all to do something really quickly. Exhale. Because January was like 40 days, and it's
Baby.
now February.
January was
So I would like us all to exhale, right?
Mhm.
Rest in peace to Fat Man Scoop. Breathe in. Breathe out. All right.
I'll read it.
So,
Wait a minute.
February is also Black History Month. Shout out to that.
black.
It's also Valentine's Day, which is, when by the time you guys see this episode, it will be Valentine's Day. So, happy Valentine's Day.
Yes, to all the
to
lovers.
everybody.
Happy Valentine's Day to all the people that
Yes.
have.
And do me a
A
favor
Valentine.
this year. Let's curtail the side chick day shade.
Yeah.
Because a lot of y'all women be saying that, and I feel like if you're saying that, you're
probably a side chick.
admitting that your man has a side chick. Because if you're in a relationship,
Yeah.
why would you even speak on side chick day? Like, it doesn't even matter. So, and we
Or
don't
they
do
might
that
be the
over
side
here.
chick.
Right?
They might be the side
You
chick.
know what I mean?
And they don't even know it.
But I
You find
celebrate
out.
Valentine's Day. I celebrate Galentine's Day. These are my Galentines. And to everybody that has nothing to do with being single at all, it's just a girl day to love on your girlfriends.
Yes.
We do that every day.
Yes.
But
we
you know,
do.
that's
we
a
do.
day
Yeah.
designated for the females in your life that you love.
Mhm.
That part.
All right. So, one word a piece of how January 2026 was, so we can be completely done with it and move into the next months of the year.
Okay.
Dana.
Treacherous.
Fast.
I was gonna say quick.
Peaceful.
Two different words.
Peaceful. Peaceful and hormonal.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You said one word.
My bad.
She had to have two.
You gotta pick
Okay,
one.
listen.
You gotta pick one. Yeah.
Listen, man. Main characters can change the lines anytime they feel like. You know what I mean?
I made the rules. I can break them.
Hey. All right. So, Dana,
Yes.
you looking like you got something on your mind today. What you got on your mind?
Ooh, I don't know. You want me to pick one?
It's your scene, baby.
No.
That is our producer in the background. Shout out
Hello,
to Mr.
producer.
Know-It-All at Mr.
Hello,
Know-It-All
Mr. Know-It-All.
AKA Dad.
AKA
Hello.
the background, but he's a main character, so
He's
sometimes
a
you
healed
know,
king.
he doesn't know when it's his
Healed
scene.
king
We
is
will let
crazy.
you know
Every
when
once
it's
in a
your
while come
scene.
on the
Probably
mic.
episode 2.
Yeah.
All right, Dana. So you were saying?
Would you like me to start? Would you like me to
Yes,
talk about?
ma'am. Yeah.
Okay. Are we going to talk about last night, or are we going to talk about any topic?
It's your show, baby. It's your scene.
Ooh,
You're
ooh,
the
ooh.
director.
Okay, well then let's talk about. We're not going to talk about last night. We'll save that for the next episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
However, I do have something I would like to discuss. So, I saw this come up on probably 2 or 3 different other podcasts, or not even like a blog, technically not even really a podcast, right? Where a woman had called in. So this was actually a radio show. She called in and was complaining about how her current fiance was mourning the death of his ex-girlfriend, right? Now, she, this couple had been together for about 3 years, right? So they're engaged. They're about to get married. He broke up with the girlfriend, of course, prior to that. So this is the girlfriend previous to their current relationship. And apparently the boyfriend was at home wearing his ex-girlfriend's old hoodie.
Oh, wow.
Several days out the week. He was doing a lot of crying. He seemed to be really distraught. Meanwhile, he's in a relationship with someone and currently engaged with her. And she tried to give him the space. She did. She gave him, some time, maybe like a week or two to kind of get, mourn. But it was dragging on beyond that. Mm-hmm. So her question was, is this okay? Is she overreacting for being upset about him wearing the ex-girlfriend's hoodie, crying, and, being so distraught about his ex-girlfriend, passing away? Now, that's my question, though. How long should someone be allowed to mourn over an ex-girlfriend when they are currently in a relationship? You don't have to be engaged or even married, but let's start off simply with just being in a relationship with someone. How long should you be allowed, or what would be, let's not say allowed, because we're adults here, okay? Can't nobody really tell us what to do. But let's say, what is a reasonable amount of time someone should be able to mourn over an ex if they are currently in a relationship with someone else, an ex that had passed away? So what do y'all think?
It's so funny because I was watching a show recently where almost the same thing. Only difference is his wife at the time died from cancer, and like a year later or couple of years later, he's now newly married again and has kids with the new wife and stuff like that. And she's struggling with, like, the wife didn't do anything to him but died. Like, he would still be married to this person and all of that stuff. So to me, it do have to consider the circumstances, because in that case, he was forced while he was in that relationship. If this was already your ex, okay, I can see you being sad, but crying and wearing hoodies and doing the most for weeks at a time, no. Because clearly, like, were you still really emotionally with her the whole time that you were engaged to me?
Right.
Because why this much emotion for
Someone
no?
you had broken up with
You get a
prior.
couple of weeks,
Yeah.
and don't get me wrong. When we mourning someone, every so often after it dies down, you still get those thoughts of sadness and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But do that in the bathroom, and don't keep putting that hoodie on.
Yeah.
Like, stop.
Yeah. For me, it's like, to your point, you can't really say that you allow somebody a length of time to mourn. More to what Star was saying towards the end of what she spoke on. You can mourn because how you mourn and how you grieve is how you grieve. Right. But you have to be mindful of the person that you're in a relationship with. So wearing the hoodie and stuff like that, her things, and doing it so openly, like if it's past a certain point, maybe you might want to do it in a space where I'm not visible, because then it may bother me. Even though I may be empathetic and understand to an extent, that's a lot for me to be dealing with.
Right.
So you have to be, you should be mindful to kind of think about that other person, and then take yourself away from it.
Right.
Away from them so they can't visibly see it a lot, because that does something to somebody.
Absolutely. What you think, Talia?
Why she laugh first?
It's about to be good. That's why.
I wouldn't be able to be in that relationship. Like, I wouldn't be able to be in that relationship if you still wearing that hoodie. Like being sad over somebody is one thing. You know what I mean? Because grief is a lifetime mental prison.
Right.
And I think, if my ex, the last person I was in a relationship, knock on wood, something happened to him, I would be sad. You know what I mean? Because that was somebody you love, somebody, you share things with. They might have still been friends. You know what I mean? I don't know. But the hoodie, no. No. No.
Yeah.
Sad when it's her birthday.
Right.
Sad when, it's the anniversary of her death. I understand those things. But it's borderline, like, how they talked about Jada Pinkett, writing a letter, and her daughter writing a letter, like, can you please come back? See, that's when it's just too much going on.
Yeah.
And I'm not one of them people that has an issue with her in Tupac relationship, because, I got a male friend that passed away that was real close to like that. And every year, which it was yesterday, matter of fact, 20 years. You know what I mean? But I don't wear no hoodie. And you know what I mean? And I was extremely close. That's like my brother from another. So I couldn't be in that relationship if you're doing those kind of things, or if this is interfering with our relationship. And now y'all engaged, which means I'm supposed to marry you, and you still gonna be doing this? No, what's next? You want her picture up at the wedding? Like we're not.
or a
I'm
spot
not doing
saved for
this.
her.
So no.
A picture at the wedding is crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
Walk down the
that's-
aisle with
like,
her.
or got a shirt on under your tux with her
Yeah.
face on it.
Wow.
Like, where does it end?
Yeah,
Where does
right,
it end?
right.
So no, I wouldn't be able to stay in that relationship unless he could learn some healthy boundaries as far as grieving
Right.
this person.
Yeah.
Sonny said that it was what you gonna do, save a spot for her?
At the-
like
at the-
you know
yeah.
What,
the
a
person that
picture in
passed
the
you know the
chair?
person that passed away when they leave the
Oh,
blank
yeah,
spot
right.
at
Some
the,
people do it at the
wedding. At the
But
wedding.
time
No,
out.
but hold on. But where did the hoodie come from? Like, where did you get that?
Yeah, that's
Why
what
do
I
you
was about
still
to
have
say.
that? I
Still
got
had
questions,
it.
comments,
I
and
love
concerns.
you not-
Still had it.
Why
Time
do you
out.
still
That's
have
my
it?
question. So, were you
Yeah.
already wearing this hoodie, or you started when she died? Is this performative? Because why you this sad? Like, you probably didn't see or talk to this
Nah,
person.
where
Is
that
you
hoodie
just
come
using
from?
this
Right.
as
got
a way
questions.
to get some attention? Like, what's happening?
I
Anybody,
feel
anybody
like-
else want to talk about the fact that's probably he's either a real little nigga or that's a big bitch?
Hey,
Oh wow.
Because she's wearing her hoodie.
Hey, yo.
First of all,
Hey,
funny.
yo.
I never thought about
We
it.
are not
no,
doing that.
no, wait.
We
some
are not
women,
doing
wait.
that.
Some women do buy their hoodies oversized, so I will say that. I know that. I know I've seen women do that.
Yeah, I
but,
have.
I feel like that's an issue, and I didn't even think about that. Like, he still had the hoodie the whole time. You're engaged to
Yeah,
another
no.
woman, and
Now wait a minute. Because
Like,
if you brought me something nice and I broke up with you, I might still continue to wear my red.
No,
but
the
that's
problem
yours.
was
He got
no.
hurt
doing it.
The problem was he was wearing it when she passed away, and he mourned in it. So that shows that whatever
Yeah,
he
the
wanted
hoodie
to
thing-
connect to her,
yeah.
that he had with her, he
Is
could
he?
never
He's
let
probably
go.
smelling it and all of that.
Right,
keep
exactly.
sniffing it
It
like,
Probably
oh,
smell like
probably
her.
still
See, I would
on
slap
it.
fire out of him. I'm sorry.
Right,
He might get
probably some
slapped.
hair still
I love
on
you, but
it.
slap
You know what I mean? So
And then you want to take the hoodie off to have sex? No.
wait, what? Turned them
No.
on.
Wow. Just wow. Cause what? No.
Like where does
He sounds like the type that
Where
would
does
have a
it-
chair for old girl at the wedding.
Just the thought of her made me just think of you.
when I wear
Getting
this
that-
hoodie, I feel close to her.
Oh wow.
And when I put it over my head, I feel like it's her touching me. No.
He probably
He
do
could
that.
be like,
probably
what if
do
he
that.
knows?
Like
wait,
much.
I'm about to say, he be like, babe, you want to have a threesome?
that. Hey yo.
What?
No. She didn't say
You wanna
that
have a
out
threesome,
loud.
baby?
That's insane.
Wow. And
Her hair is
that's
still
top
on the
tier
hoodie.
insanity.
Technically, she's still here.
That's insane.
Damn.
That
He probably
is
go to the funeral and cut a piece of her hair
insane.
and keep it in a
What if he
locket.
what if he wearing it in the summer? Like, I mean,
All right, y'all. Come on, y'all.
So it's a no-go, right?
It
It's
can
a
happen.
no-go.
It's 100
It's
degrees. And he got
It
that
can
hoodie
happen.
on.
It's okay.
We meet crazy folk. I'm not saying any names,
I'm not
but
saying
you know,
any names.
So technically, it's okay to mourn over an ex. However, not
Right.
in the extent that he did.
No.
Yeah, he went above and
Especially if
beyond.
you're in a relationship with someone
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Come on.
It's not healthy, period, but it's definitely not acceptable.
hey yo,
Yeah.
that's wild.
That's the other woman.
You're
know
gonna
what
walk
I'm
down the altar to your man and realize it's a chair for her,
saying? All right.
and smack the chair over and go off at the wedding.
He about to get a name, her name tatted. Rest in peace and no.
Imagine that walking down the aisle to your husband, soon to be husband, and you look over and you see a chair on his
you
side
gonna smack
and
the-
got her name.
you
I'm
gonna
smacking
smack
that
the
chair
dead chair? You gonna
down.
smack the
And when
dead
I get
chair
up there,
at the wedding?
I'm smacking him
Smacking
and
a
I'm out of
dead
there.
chair at the
I'm out of
wedding.
there.
I'm
That's
out.
crazy.
I'm out of
That's
there.
crazy.
Cause
I'm out.
you going that's my wedding. You gonna sit there and do some
No.
jail. I'm smacking that chair so goddamn hard in the church. I don't care. Smacking the pew, smacking the chair down. I swear to God I am.
All right. So who we got up next? What's
Sorry,
up,
what
Star?
you got for us?
So wait.
Rest in peace to that topic.
Rest in peace. Yes.
Rest in peace.
May that girl be in heaven. She probably irritated up there. She probably up there like, boy, leave me the hell alone.
I'm going to hell with gasoline draws. I know it.
So wait.
All right, so
I
All
wanted to. I was just thinking about the whole like Nelly and Ashanti thing, as far as like spinning a block. and all of that stuff,
Oh, I
right?
did that. Go ahead.
When is it a great idea to spin that block? Is it ever a great idea to spin a block? Like, Dana, I know you had somebody where you be like, no, I might God bang this Yui.
I had a lot of somebody. I was like, nah,
It was his eyes.
Bang
no.
that Yui, Dana.
So here's the thing. I don't spin the block. I'm not a spin the blocker.
You one and done?
I'm a runner. I'm a track star.
Hey,
Like when it's
star.
when it's over for me. I'm not. You know what I mean? Again because it didn't work out for whatever reason. You know what I mean? And I will say I did get tempted with one individual. But every time I thought about it, I was just I would be reminded of all the reasons why I shouldn't. So I never fully just went back. I was just like, no, I don't believe in moving backwards in any aspect of my life, whether it's relationships, my career, any of my goals. Like I don't take steps backwards. So especially in a relationship, because if and I've noticed too, like when when I wrap up a relationship with someone and it doesn't work out for whatever reason, as soon as I break up with that individual, my life just seems to be so much lighter.
Yeah.
It just seems like all these blessings start pouring in, and my life is back on track. So that's just my reminder that I wasn't where I was supposed to be, and this person was holding me stagnant in a position in my life where I couldn't accomplish the things that needed to happen. And the universe, and I promise you, I truly believe that the universe will not bless you with what your calling is, or even help you get closer to that if you have anything in your life that's hindering you from being where you need to be.
Yeah.
Right.
So, if I felt that much better leaving an individual, and to me, there's no reason to go back to that. It just doesn't feel right to me. Now, shout out to anybody that does. I'm seeing this happen a lot nowadays, and primarily because the dating game is trash. There is
Ooh,
nothing
that
but
part.
garbage
Dumpster
out
fire.
here. So I get it. You feel like, all right, well, I might as well just spin the block and see, that one person that had that big effect on me, that big impact in my life. You know what I mean? So I get maybe wanting to spin a block with that person. And it seems to be working out for a lot of celebrities. Please remember, it's working out for the celebrities. And they live a different lifestyle than us,
Yeah.
non-celebrities, not just yet celebrities are living. So, it's different for them. But I'm not one of them. I need to keep moving forward, and there's always better. There's billions of people on this planet, and then I'm a traveler, baby. I don't stay in one city and in one state, so I'm bound to meet somebody that that's going to provide for me some kind of fulfillment. You know what I mean? That I wasn't receiving from a previous person. So yeah, I ain't a spinner blocker, baby. But good luck to anybody that is.
A professional spinner blocker. Somewhat. But well, I'm joking. I'm joking when I say professional, but like I have spun the block on different relationships, right? Mm-hmm. The current one now spent the block, but I feel like it, depending on how it ends and why it ends, for me, is a key of whether or not I'll spin the block. So I'm not really gonna speak on old situations, but the one more recent, the latest guy that I'm in a relationship with, spent the block only because we knew each other for a long period of time. We built this friendship, and we tried to date back then. But when you're young, you're not really where you're at in your life, and you got a lot of stuff going on, so you really not giving it what it needs to give to even make it work, and you know that. So before you fuck it up, you like, all right, listen, we not here. You go over there, I'm gonna be over here, and we built a friendship in the middle of that. So now, when we chose to spin the block, it was like, okay, we're at a whole different level. Like we're grown, like done had kids, grown. So let's have these conversations, and it was the initial conversation of what that looks like, and then you're talking about from when you're young, you don't really have expectations, so you just got a friend. This now you have a grown man saying, "What's up? What we doing? This is where I'm. This is my dating purpose. This is what my end goal is." So I'm not talking to the little boy I knew back then, or the little girl that was accepting. We just kicking it for what we kicking it. No, we have a grown ass conversation. So like for me, that's what made me spin the block. It was like we didn't end on bad terms. We didn't have that. Well, I left him because he was crazy and he did some wild shit to me. No, we always been. The one thing I feel like for us, it was we had communication and we always respected each other. So it was never no rigmarole bullshit. So now when we grown and having these conversations about what looks like, what forward looks like, we're on the same wave and we communicate. So for that, I will spin the block. But if I left you and you was on some rigmarole and I'm like, oh, let me just see because it was good. Let me just slide back. Nah, I'm good. I'm not
What is
spinning that block.
rigmarole? That's
Rigmarole
New Jersey.
bullshit. It's bullshit. Yeah, rigmarole is bullshit.
It is not.
I was thinking about it too. So
It is not.
I mean, a star. I'm sitting there like,
I'm like,
Yeah.
No.
that must be some Jersey shit.
Yeah.
But
I thought it was some Jersey.
Nah,
I know
it's
it.
like no,
but I'm
it's
just
an old
Shout out to Sunny.
thing
She
that
from
I
New
hear
Jersey.
from like from my family members. So I hear that like a lot when I was growing up, and like for whatever reason, I like the older.
I never
sayings
knew what it was.
better.
I heard
but
it, but
like
I didn't know how to say it even.
But I
so.
like that. I say it wrong. I say rigmarole. So the way he said it, because he's a professional old man. Yeah.
professional man.
Whatever. Ricky Ross.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But
Rick
go
and
ahead,
Morty. Rick and Morty.
Pretty Ricky, what they call him. It doesn't matter.
Right?
So, the last time I let somebody spin the block, they ran me over.
Oh shit! Yeah, that happens too.
Security.
I stood there to get ran over. You know what I'm saying? I signed up for spinning the block for the wrong reasons. And it was simply because it was nobody else around. like
Like,
it
you're
was,
still here?
it was
Okay.
no other cars around if we using that analogy.
You rather
right?
get hit by that.
But I'm not anti spinning the block,
Yeah.
but it would have to be that we would have to have a conversation about where that person is now, right?
Yeah.
Because a lot of times you run into people and they're literally the same person
Right.
they used to be, right?
Yes.
And I'm not. Anybody that I would spin the
Yes.
block with now is not getting the same person that was standing there before.
Exactly.
Yes,
You might not
girl.
even want to be here because I'm not the same person now. And you know, so I'm not against spinning the block. I have seen it not work out more times than it has,
Yeah.
but it absolutely does work out for regular people and celebrities, right? But a lot of times it work out when both people can say, yo, I wasn't where I was supposed to be. You wasn't where
Exactly.
you were supposed to be, right? But a lot of times if only one person wasn't where they were supposed to be, that's where the issue comes in at because that person still might not be where they're supposed to be.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I'm not against it. I think it can work, especially like if it was like a year ago, no.
Yeah.
But if it was like somebody from 20 years ago, I would like to think you're not the same person.
Yeah,
I will
gotta be
hope
20
and
at
pray.
25.
Hope and
that
pray
you
you're
are
not
That's
at
a whole
25.
nother adult right there.
Me and him at the
You know what I
nursing
mean?
home.
I
Like I
will
met
hope.
you at 6 and you still
You know
6?
what I mean?
No.
I will hope you're not an old YN, but you might be. You know what I mean? So
Shots fired. Hey, yo. Out loud. Publicly.
Mr. Harold at the
Publicly.
nursing home.
I would like for the
We
main
are
character
live-
energy
live and in
podcast
color.
to
You
kiss
almost
my
bumped into
ass.
him in your wheelchair.
Don't
Right,
be hating.
first of
Oh,
all-
kiss my
Don't be
ass.
hating.
First of all,
Rated
so
damn.
to answer the question, the only time I think is beneficial to spin the block if there has been a significant amount of time to allow for the correct amount of healing. To excuse me, sir, this is not your scene. I'm a woman of a certain age and I got brain fog. You cannot interrupt me when I'm speaking. You cannot interrupt my scene when I'm talking. So anyway, like I said, when there's been a certain amount of healing that has taken place from both parties, everybody takes accountability for what happened. You guys can discuss what ended your relationship to begin with and make sure that those things aren't still present or is really no point in doing so.
Exactly. That's
Amen.
I'll be spinning the block
That's
like
fact.
I'm looking for a partner.
No, Sunny said I
You
met
said-
you at 6 and you still 6.
No, because you listen. You know them people you went to school with that still up in school with that same rigmarole, and you just like so. You just ain't never grow. You just still probably got the same little penis back from back then. I don't know. Something gotta grow. You something has to grow. Something has to figure it
Damn,
out.
it ain't a chia pet with
No, I'm
the
only joking. I'm only joking.
It's supposed to be after 20
At,
years.
yeah, because if you 6 and I met you at 6,
Does
you
it-
can't have this.
Wait,
the
wait,
same
wait,
man.
hold on. Wait, time out. So does it
Sorry.
grow from 20 to 45?
Oh, I don't know, Keith. You want to answer that?
I mean, I don't think so.
So because it's a muscle,
recent
your
peak Edison.
penis, if you take care of yourself and exercise it properly, it can grow all of your
So you
life.
got to
Exercise
exercise your
it
penis
properly?
to-
So
Oh,
Like,
like
what
having
kind of
sex?
exercises? We got
So the
questions.
men with the little, they don't exercise properly? Is that
no,
what
they
you said?
don't. Yeah.
You want to go on
They
record
not doing
and
pull-ups.
saying
What?
that all that's little
they-
is because y'all don't
They don't
exercise
exercise
properly.
They
your
ain't working out
penis.
properly.
Whoa.
Exercise your penis. Stop pissing us off.
Listen, but then no, because it be dudes that be got them things, but don't know what to do with them things.
You
Out here humping
exercise
like a
too
rabbit.
much. Stay out the gym.
Like they was in the gym working out and they got some bullshit they ain't know what to do with.
Men have abilities. You know how niggas can put the towel on it. You know what I'm saying, and stand there with the towel on it.
Oh, like and make it
What?
jump.
Yeah, make it jump and shit. Yeah, that's how you.
The strippers. You talking about the strippers?
Stripper.
They may make it jump.
What in the hydraulics?
You ain't gotta be a stripper to make it jump.
Most strippers do that, but I'm just
Oh,
saying.
that's a trick. That's a trick.
It's a
use
trick
to make
that
it
they
jump.
do.
They using hydraulics.
But that's what I mean. It's exercise.
They do it. They
It's
can
like
make it jump.
it's
They
like
work their
any
muscle.
other muscle
They
or
work their
whatnot.
muscle
If
and
you
make it
it's
jump.
like
Just
any other
just
muscle.
Like you can make your boobs jump if you know how. I don't know.
So
how to
wait,
do it. I
Keith,
don't
do you
remember.
recommend that
It's
as
like
an
Kegels for
exercise to
men?
make
Yeah.
guys? Can you stop like making your?
Oh, he can make his
Chest.
little boobies jump. Oh. He got man boobs.
Keep over here and do it.
Did you get a mammogram?
Yo.
Who the fuck said that? Who said that shit? Who said that?
Taya said it, but it was
that's what I'm saying.
it was hilarious.
It was not me.
hilarious. Taya said it, but
Imagine,
it was hilarious.
but imagine him trying to get in the little thing like this. Just
Yeah. Oh,
Better than me trying to get in.
listen. I see a lady that have no pizza chest.
Listen, moving on from the
Yeah, wait.
mammogram,
Yes.
which by the way, mine came back fine. Thank you.
Yes, woo!
Yeah.
All right, sunny. I know it's cold, but you know it's a sunny day today. What's
Yes,
the
it
always
is.
It always is.
It's always
Yes.
a sunny day. You know what I mean? When you around.
Yes, try
Go
to
ahead.
be, try to be. So okay, so I got a question for you guys, and of course, you know, me got to be a spicy one. So I was having this conversation with somebody, and you know how you meet somebody, y'all vibe, you know, you're a little tipsy, y'all go back to the crib, y'all do the damn thing, and the only time you hump them is when you're inebriated. You never hump them while they're sober, and they bring it up to you and say, hey, do you not find me attractive because you only have sex with me when you're drinking? How do you feel about that? What does that say about a person if they only want to have sex with you when they're inebriated? I can't say specifically. Specifically, alcohol.
Should we start with me?
Yeah.
I feel like a guy only does that, or a woman, because it could be a man or a woman
Yeah.
that can only have sex with someone when they're, you know, intoxicated or whatever. They're trying to numb up whatever guilt that they're experiencing while they're having sex with you. This person probably has a significant other. They probably have a partner. They probably have they might be married. They might be married. So in order for them to get through that experience that they want to happen, because they're not being forced, you know what I mean? They want to do this, but they can only do it when they're drunk because, one, you know, it kind of numbs you mentally and physically as well. So you're not really, you know what I mean? To you, you're there, but you're not. For a person who's a little psychotic like that and cheats and sleeps around and all that or whatever, and they can use that as an excuse. Oh, I was drunk. You know what I mean? I didn't mean to do it. I was just really drunk, and I helped her take her groceries in her crib, and then when I dropped her
Grocery, that
off
type of
at
night?
home, and you know, one thing led to another. She dropped the oranges. She picked them up. She bent over. I was trying to help her, and then I
Slid
bent over
in.
top of her, and whoop. You know what I mean? So, you know, I just feel like people they need that to use that as an excuse for doing the things that they do that they know are wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Honestly, if they can only do that with you when they're drunk, they might have some other situation going on, and they, you know, that helps. That's their excuse for doing it.
Yeah.
You know?
Come on, Star.
I kind of, all right, I'm about to get a little deeper. I couldn't agree that they're trying to numb something, but it might also be like a trauma that they're trying to numb. Like, I only can have sex when I'm inebriated because it takes away the thoughts of me being violated before or anything like that, too, as well. So I just feel like it's not always because, like, they could be cheating or they have to be drunk because they don't find you attractive. Sometimes it's because they're also insecure and they feel like this is the drinking sometimes give you that courage. It gives me courage and make me feel like a little more looser and a little more
able to perform
free.
certain
And
freely without worrying
when I'm
about
sober,
judgment.
and then when I wake up in the morning, I'm like, who did that?
I did all that. Like, you was in here doing this. I did
Blame it on the alcohol.
Right.
Yeah,
Blame it on the
Yeah.
alcohol.
I got
Right.
you.
That's what I
Blame
think.
it on
I think it's
alcohol,
like
yeah.
it's sometimes I feel like it is because I'm in a bind, Nate, and then you just gotta also do what you gotta do.
Hey,
Take like 5 shots of gin.
Yeah, I'm
Yo.
gonna have to drink to get through this.
It's crazy.
So, like,
yo.
so it to
And
me,
she said it like it was
it's
normal.
circumstantial.
Out of control.
Star said it like we all be in a bind.
We always in a
I'm in a
Yeah.
bind. Like,
Yeah. Yo, I'm done. I am done.
I'm
With a
sure she
straight
had to be-
face, like, yeah, that's a normal thing.
Yeah, and they like, oh, you ain't drunk some other time. Like,
Yo.
because clearly she gonna be laying there like a damn starfish.
Hey yo, laying there like a starfish is crazy.
But
People still do that.
I think it's situational. I think like they drink for many reasons. It don't
Okay.
always have to be because you're not attracted
Right,
to them soberly.
Okay,
I agree.
come on, Taya. She's like, this is.
I'm crying over here. I think some people might just perform better when they got alcohol in their system.
Sometimes
You know
drunk
what I
sex is
mean? Like
amazing.
alcohol makes you feel loose and free.
That goose get
and-
you loose.
Gets you loose, baby.
Anything's possible. I was just,
If it's brown, it's going down.
if it's white, it's everything right.
Not during Black History
Wait a
Month.
minute.
Not white, like white. I'm talking about the liquor.
What?
I'm talking about the liquor.
Yeah,
Y'all
no.
fired.
No, but I just think that some people probably think they perform better. When they're drinking,
Yeah.
it's more fun.
Right.
They
Yeah.
kind of do things they probably wouldn't do if they, were sober. Personally, I always think about that scene on Don't Be a Menace, and she was like, "I don't need to drink." Because every time I drink, I'm like, I get a little crazy. That's what alcohol
I get a little
does
crazy.
to some people. But then I
Yeah.
also think it's a facade because I need to see
You when you
what-
sober.
Yeah, I need to see
what's
you
going
when you're
on
sober.
soberly.
Can you
Yeah,
do
yeah.
these same things when
Yeah,
you're sober?
Are you like? Are
Or
you
or
willing
you
to
just,
do that?
or do you
Yeah.
just lay there like a starfish, like she said?
That's
Like,
terrible.
you
That,
know what I
that's
mean? But then
sad.
when you drunk, you know what I mean? You putting me up on the wall and picking me up
Y'all had
and
pick-
legs around your
manhandling,
neck
yeah.
and you know what I mean? All this stuff. But then when you're not, it's just like,
Basic
we
sex.
can do it the regular way. Like, no.
Yeah, that
Now
passion.
I'm gonna have to pour you a shot so I can get that.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And then it
What do you
turns
have?
out
Like,
that
here,
you,
take another one. Take
right,
another one.
you would
Yeah.
prefer the drunk version because
Yeah.
the sober version
It's
is
boring.
lame. We're not gonna make it with the sober version.
Yeah.
So I don't
Yeah.
want to turn you into an alcoholic, but
I'm gonna need you to take this shot
I'm gonna need
before
you
we
to.
go
I'm
now.
gonna need you to channel your inner drunkenness without getting drunk. That's what I need. Channel your inner
Spastic.
drunkenness.
I think you should have
without
sex on
getting
an edible because it feels
drunk.
amazing.
That's why it's important to have a connection with someone before you have sex.
Exactly, because that
Because
connection is gonna make
if
it
you
better.
have a connection, the sex is going to be incredible.
That
okay?
part.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to want to be nasty. You're going to want to be nasty.
And
you know what I
morning
mean? We're
sex
not going to
is
need
the
liquor.
best.
Oh, my
And
Oh,
God.
morning sex,
Morning
yeah.
usually
sex,
not
please
drunk.
take a
During
note.
morning
If
sex.
you are
Morning
not
sex
aware,
makes you skip the work and be happy and start
Yeah.
morning
moving.
I
sex
gotta
is
call
the
out.
absolute best.
Time out.
Oh no, afternoon too. Sometimes you can get it in the afternoon on
Yeah.
lunchtime. I'm sorry, I like
So-
afternoon
so-
sex.
so
I come back to
time
work
out.
and happy.
So the thing is, right?
but, oh,
If
yeah,
you
like
can
I'm happy
only
to-
Performance level on
perform
1,000.
when you're drunk, that means your morning sex gonna be trash. And I
Yeah.
just
Right.
not
Oh
gonna
my God,
deal with
ew.
nobody whose morning sex is trash. You messing up my whole day. I ain't got time for that.
That is
No.
God,
The best
that is,
part
I-
of waking
No.
up
All right.
is
Folgers
Folgers
in your cup.
Hey,
No, getting out that nut. That's
The
what
dark
it is.
kind is getting out that
I'm
nut.
just saying, get it out and then everything
All right.
is okay.
all right. So
all I wanted to say was that if the rule of thumb is that if the woman can't perform unless she drunk, she really don't fuck with the nigga like that. And if the man will always perform whether he's drunk or whether he's drunk or not. He's just always trying to get it in. Now, if he doesn't flip you over, if it's only back shots, then he don't want to.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's another one. Yeah.
That's a good point to
that's a
make.
good
Yeah.
point.
He
Or
really
you
he don't
ugly,
like
right?
you. No, he
because
don't
he don't
want
want
to
to look at you. He just want to look at your ass and just hump.
Yes.
And I've,
Worry about
I've
you.
heard that a lot of people
Oh,
tend to do
yeah.
that with bigger. No, I'm not saying it was.
He almost fell out the chair. Hey yo, we almost lost you.
I didn't even.
What is happening?
I didn't even say.
Our dad almost fell out the chair.
Listen,
Somebody call life alert.
I'm just saying. I've heard that happens with bigger women because
No, because it happened with skinny
Right.
bitches
What if
too.
they have a pretty
Not-
face
I'm not-
too?
I don't want you to.
I've
No,
heard.
I'm not
Let
saying
me.
me.
Let me.
No. I think it happens with everybody. It don't matter if you're bigger or
honestly,
not.
if we being for real, we all grown and over 40.
Yeah.
That's what I prefer. It's not that that's what everybody else prefers.
Doggy
Oh, yeah, I
A
like
lot of men.
With
So I'm
face
gonna say
down
this
and-
right, and
Yeah,
this
it
gonna
feels-
be
it
real
feels amazing.
controversial, and people probably gonna be like, "Oh my God, Ty," I'm be like, I think they don't bang with you if they don't ever ask you to get on top, because on top I gotta look at your
Oh, I
face.
like getting on top.
I gotta
That's
look
fun,
at your
too.
entire body.
Right.
I gotta allow you to be in
Some
control.
type of face-to-face.
That's what I
Yes.
feel. Now, a
I-
lot of women don't like to get on top though. Like a lot of women say,
I do.
Oh,
that
no,
they
I
don't,
do.
They don't
I like
like
it.
to get
I
on
love it on
top.
top.
I already said I want to see your face. I want to see your
We
body
love-
react to what I just
we love
did
it
to
on
you.
top. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I need to
I
see
don't
your
mind
face.
it.
I need to see you
But
Harlem
at
Shake.
this age, almost 45, my knees sometimes it just I can't stay up there too long. That's all.
That's
I'm
why
gonna
you
say.
do it on the soft surface, and you
No,
lock
you
your
gotta
legs.
stand on your feet.
I don't think it says a nigga don't bang with you if he only banging you.
That's right, from the back.
Yeah.
Whoa.
From the back.
Whether
If
he
he only
banging you
bang
No,
front,
she said
back,
it don't
Right,
matter
right.
which way.
No, God really
if
don't
you
bang
don't
with
see him outside of that damn bedroom,
That's
he
very
don't
true.
bang with you.
Yeah,
That's
that's,
very true.
he really don't rock with you.
He don't
Yeah.
even want
Yeah,
breakfast.
man.
in the
Don't
morning.
be a
He like,
roach.
gotta
Don't
go.
let him
Gotta
come
go.
in on
Gotta
me at
blast.
night.
If he don't take you
Not a
outside,
roach.
but he
Don't
always
be a
want to get
roach.
inside. Nah.
Don't. No, because it was a meme saying you know you're a roach if a dude only come to your house at night. Like, you're not about to make me feel like no goddamn roach. Listen, I need to see you morning, middle of the day, and everything. You're not just coming to my house.
Got you
At
feeling-
night.
got you feeling like Joe's apartment.
Yeah,
That's
like
crazy.
don't have me feeling like Joe and them. Listen,
He was about to say Rosa Parks. I was
no,
like,
a roach.
what you being in the back
They
of the
basically
bus
said
got to
a
do
girl
with
is a roach if a dude only come to her house at night.
this? Makes sense.
I'm just saying. This is gonna make the reels. This is gonna make. I didn't say nothing about Rosa Parks. It's Black History Month. I would not disrespect her like that.
Say
Or
Rosa
she was
Parks
about to
too.
say Rosa
I,
Parks.
I almost heard Rosa Parks.
Who,
Cause
me?
she riding the bed.
I don't know,
Rosa
but you
Parks.
said Joe's apartment, but for some odd reason.
Yo.
Out of
Hey,
control.
yo.
This whole
No,
place
so
is out of order. Podcast is out of order.
Y'all brought
My
up Rosa
objective is keep y'all
Parks.
from getting canceled or whatnot.
I'm
I just want to make
sorry.
sure that
Sorry.
when you say Rosa
y'all
Parks,
brought
Joe's
up Rosa
apartment.
Parks.
Yeah.
Since y'all brought up Rosa Parks, I just want to say something, right? Because it's Black History
We gonna
Month,
bring
right?
Black History Month after
So,
talking about the roach.
We was taught our entire life, right? And I'm one of these people. It's
about
a few
Rosa?
things that, I was taught in school that I used to fight against. And one of them was Rosa Parks being the first person
Yeah, she
to
definitely
not give
wasn't.
her a seat up. I never believed that.
She wasn't.
She wasn't. It was Claudette Colvin, but
Yeah.
she didn't have the great
Yeah, she was a pregnant
background. She
teenager.
wasn't president of the NAACP, and her giving up her seat didn't start, the bus boycott. But come on.
They
You-
said
I never thought she was the first person. 'Cause
She wasn't. She
one
was a
thing
plant.
black people
Can I
gonna
tell
make
y'all
sure they
something?
always got is a seat.
Receipts.
So if that bus was crowded
Too,
and it was
yeah.
a seat in the front, they was not gonna stand up.
and they said Rosa
You know
Parks'
what
husband
I'm
had a
saying?
car.
Yeah.
I
she-
was about to say.
wow.
Now,
She was
I
a
thought that-
Oh, wow.
No.
What the-
Really?
No, because
What you was
no,
about to
basically
say? They said
they
Rosa
just said she
Parks
was a
had a
plant.
car.
She was a not a plant in the sense of like she wasn't a real person, but basically it was
Yeah.
they needed somebody. So like back during the civil
Right.
rights, they needed
Yeah.
people that could not be blemished. Like had no blemish
Yeah,
behind
that
them. So
girl
you
was
had
an unwed mother.
she
Yeah,
was a
Claudette.
pregnant teenager.
Yeah.
She had a background that they could just talk shit about her, right? So they put Rosa Parks as the face of the bus thing, the bus boycott, because she had nothing,
And the whole
time
nothing
she
in
had
her
a Honda.
background. She was an upstanding black person that was well-to-do, that didn't have no negative thing. So they put her on as a plant to say she wouldn't give up her seat, like to cause the thing to kick it off, but it wasn't.
Yeah, so I just
But
wanted to bring that up because it's Black History.
But
they-
that's why people need to read, because if you know
Right.
history, it's a lot of stuff.
But
that
even
people
without
don't talk
reading
about.
as a kid, I always was questioning it. Like, no, all the black people I know, if it's a seat in the front, they was gonna sit in the front,
Yeah.
and if it ain't no seat in the back, they was not gonna get a seat up to nobody. So to think that went on for that many years, and she was the first person to ever say no, was just not
Out of
ever realistic to me. But anyway,
You
so
think she needed an oil change that day?
Hey, yo, I'm done. I am done.
Joan was
We're
in the
not
shower.
doing this on Black History Month.
Joan was in the shower.
Yeah, she probably just needed
We ain't doing this.
no,
We blackly black, all Black History Month.
I'm just asking.
Hey, yo.
I need an oil
And y'all
change.
thought it was going to be me. She over here
Rosa
started.
Parks needed an oil change. Is insane.
I'll take my
Needed an
edible
oil
after
change
show
and
too.
made
Hey,
history.
Star, this is episode 1.
That's
Don't
why I
do
don't-
it.
that's why
Don't
I
get
be
us
changing-
canceled before we
We
started.
trying to get the episode at least
You
5.
might need an oil change and change history.
Hey, yo. Hey, yo, I'm done. I am done.
Okay, y'all. All right. Time out.
Out of control.
All right. So, this is the Wait in the Exhale episode, right? So, first thing I want to do, right? There's a scene in the movie where Robin and the dude Troy, we come with the leather vest in the summertime.
Hey, yo.
Right? And I always say that that's an example of my dating life. Most of my life, I have met the craziest people, right?
Dana too.
So there's a quick story, a quick dating story I'm gonna tell, right? So I was talking to this guy. I talked to him for like 30 days on the phone, right? Because that was always my thing. I don't go out with people until I talk to them for a while, because you learn a lot on the phone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You could weed people out on the phone. Y'all know I had that guy a couple weeks ago who told me he used to body slam his ex-girlfriend. So if I had went out with him before he told me that,
What?
you know what I'm saying? You don't know. So anyway, I talked to the guy for 30 days, right? And I said, oh, you could come pick me up, from my friend's wedding, right? So he comes pick me up from the wedding. First of all, I don't even know how this car was riding in the street, because that joint was like,
Taped up.
it was like the car for baby kids. Like, it was
Rosa
crazy.
Parks car.
So,
He went back to what year was that to get that car?
Rosa
so anyway, so we riding in the car, right?
Still need an oil change.
So we riding in the car, and he
Oh,
says,
putt.
he was like, you think I'm ugly, don't you? So I'm like, what? No. Right? So we riding some more, whatever. Nobody, him again. Do you really think I'm ugly? I said, no, you was. Do you think you ugly? So then he starts to tell me how basically he's a part of the Illuminati, and eventually he's going to have to make a human sacrifice.
Oh wow. Okay.
And
so-
I'm like,
Did you get out the car?
okay.
Did
If
you
I
tuck and
really-
roll?
Listen, if I
Did
coulda-
you tuck and
I
roll?
could have jumped out the car with him. Now that ain't it, right? So I had just moved to my apartment. So we get to the front of my door, and he said, how long you lived around here? I said, oh, I just moved around here. He was like, I ain't really gonna be able to come visit you like that. I'm like, why not? He said, because I used to rob people around here.
What in the goddamn is going on?
That's how he got initiated into the
said,
Illuminati.
He was
I
he
used
was
to-
being serious.
He said, I
had
used
to
to
rob a
rob
certain
people
amount of
around here.
Oh wow,
And they might- and
that's
they
some
might
gang shit.
recognize
What's
me.
not Illuminati? I
Whoa.
mean, maybe.
What do you mean?
Right? Ain't that some
Gang.
gang stuff?
She said gang.
I said gang. That's why I said gang.
Wait, were
She
you
said
meeting
it's
What
some
do you think I
gang-
said?
Where did I meet him at? This was like
I'm-
12 years
what-
ago.
Not me personally, but I know that that's like
I
people
think
do
I
stuff,
think I
stuff
met
like
him
that.
in the market or something. Like I was talking to him in the market. Like I said, I
Was
talked
he
to him.
robbing the market?
I don't
At
know.
the moment,
he,
you ain't
he just
realized?
stopped and he was like, "How long you lived here?" And I was like, I probably moved here like a month ago." He's like, "Well, I ain't gonna really be able to come." And in my head, I'm like, "You ain't come to visit me anyway."
Hey,
But
wow.
and he's like,
Exactly. You just said you had to make a human
Yes,
sacrifice.
like,
Like
it
you
won't be
started
me.
talking crazy from the
probably
first
would've jumped out the car at
that
that
part.
But it
tucked
was
and
just
rolled.
scary that the person.
Yeah.
This was not the person I was talking to on the phone for 30 days.
Oh, yeah, he snapped.
This is a
He couldn't
completely
hide who he
different
was
person.
no
So
longer.
now
In
you need to do
person.
60 days.
I went in the house. I kindly sent him a message like, "Yeah, no, this is not going to work. Like, I'm
Yeah.
sorry."
Out
Did
of
you make sure he
control.
pulled off?
And he was like, "Yeah, you said you thought I
I'd have
wasn't
sent him
ugly.
a
I
text.
guess you did think I was ugly." I was like,
No, I thought you
Your
were crazy.
soul is.
I thought you were
Yeah.
crazy, and I was
Yeah,
scared.
your
I said, "What you told me made
It's
me
just so
uncomfortable, and I
dangerous.
just don't."
Yeah, that was crazy.
So, that was my Robin moment. That was my leather wearing in the summertime moment.
There you
But
go.
the main topic I want to get to, right? So, the reason why, the Wait and Exhale thing is because that is a iconic movie where each of the women are main characters and
Facts.
have their own individual story, scene. One is not, over top of the other, but, they love on each other. And, Savannah kind of was thrown into the mix because she's Bernie's friend, but then she became their friend too. Kind
Yeah.
of like us, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So that was why,
I think
I wanted to do the whole Wait and Exhale thing, right? But there's two things that people don't really discuss when discussing this movie. Number one, none of the women were 40. All of them were under 40. Because remember when Savannah said, and I ain't your average 24-year-old sitting around waiting to count the days. I'm 33 years old, and I still look good. And they was like, what? Like 33 was so old. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's how you know that they're not even 40. So it
Yeah.
makes sense, all of the mistakes that was made in the movie, because they weren't 40 yet. They were still in their 30s, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, still figuring out, still looking for love. But the other thing I noticed that nobody ever talks about is none of them had even a heterosexual male in their life at all. Like, non-romantic. Nobody had a male friend, a male cousin. You didn't see a dad. Savannah mom was like, I just don't want you to end up alone like me. So, she didn't have a man, you know what I mean, at that time. So none of them had that, right? None of them had that guidance or that, yo, this man said this to me. What you think? Blah, 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 whatever. So do you guys feel like it's important for women to have, heterosexual males, whether it's a relative or a friend, in their life when navigating life, just in general? Like, do you feel like it's beneficial, Dana?
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of the relationship based mistakes or unfortunate experiences, let's call it that we go through between our 20s and 30s would I think would stem from not having that male guidance. You know what I mean? And good male guidance, not just some guy, you know what I mean? But someone who has some sense, someone who wants to see you on a good path, someone who wants to see you make good decisions, especially relationship based. It's super important. We hear a lot of stories about how women who didn't grow up with their fathers in their lives, and this endless cycle of making, the wrong decisions, I guess people would call it, when it comes to dating men. You know what I mean? Like according to everybody else, we're picking the wrong men, or you know what I mean? Like we're not. You know what I mean? So it's. I feel like it is important. We need to hear a male's perspective on things. And I know as an adult, I try to. I listen to men. I do. I listen to men when they talk, whether it's a passerby, whether it's someone, an associate that I run into at an establishment or something, whether it's a family member. I listen because I'm really interested in learning a male's perspective on things, how they think. Like, we're women, we're never going to fully be able to understand men and how they think, and vice versa. So just knowing how they think, how they move, getting different perspectives on different types of men, because all men are not the same. I don't care what anyone says. Some of them are on top of themselves. Some of them are responsible. Some of them are emotionally intelligent. Some of them are career driven. Some of them don't like to cheat. You know what I mean? Some of them aren't abusive. Some of them aren't liars. You know what I mean? So it's just a wide range of different kind of men. And I feel like it's easier if you didn't have a man, like a father figure or a male figure, like an uncle or a brother, guiding you when it comes to that aspect in a woman's life, dating men. When you become an adult as a woman, try to listen, y'all. I know for most women it's hard. Like, a lot of us don't like to listen. I get that. And it's because the ones that don't like to listen are the ones that grew up without that male figure in their lives, guiding them and giving them that good advice. So we feel like we don't, what can you tell us? Like, we made it this far. We feel like we watch it, we listen to you now. But I've learned to listen because I really want to understand. I'm tired of making the same, going in the same circle and making the same, bad decisions. I want to listen. I want to understand men because, I do eventually want to run into the one for me. Like, I'm not opposed to, we're human beings. We all crave companionship. So no matter how much women, who are single claim that, yeah, it's peaceful, but, we don't want that forever. We want a companion. So, but we also do have to be willing to listen. And I'm going to say that to women because I know, especially someone who like me, who didn't have a consistent father figure in my life growing up. We got to learn to listen, y'all. We got to shut up sometimes because we're never going to be able to fully understand men unless we kind of sit and listen and just kind of take in. And you don't have to agree with what they're saying, but just at least listen to learn. You can't learn anything if you don't listen. So that's my advice on that. It does absolutely affect us in the decisions that we make as far as relationships are concerned. But we have to decide as grown women to make a shift in that so that we can live better lives,
I think that for sure, like, you definitely need male figures in your life. And it's crazy because I don't always think that just because you grew up you could have had the best father ever, you could have had the best uncles ever and all of that. You still need different people from different spaces, such as because if you don't have a brother or something like that, you still need people in that age range. Like, you need to learn from each age range, each generation, because everybody is so different. And to me, you even do need to learn from your cousin or your brother or your best friend that's a player, because they're teaching you something too. It ain't just the great men that's
different
teaching you something.
perspectives.
Them ain't shit men teaching you something.
Yeah.
Them players
Yes,
from the
yes,
Himalayas
yes,
is teaching you
yes.
something. all of them people are teaching you
Teach you
something.
what to
Preach,
look
girl.
for. Teach
Yeah.
you what to
They
look for.
teaching you what you don't want to deal with. They teaching
Yeah.
you, just like she said, what to look for. Because sometimes I've learned that the people that I thought was angels in my eyes, I'm like,
Out here
once I was
wilding.
old enough to see, I'm like,
Right,
your
girl.
wife don't even would never notice. Like
Yeah.
now I know what the
Yeah.
yeah, cause it's like they was able to get away with shit, but it's like I feel like you need different men for different generations. You're gonna learn something from every one of them. Are you gonna probably take heed and apply it to your life? Probably not. We sometimes we're gonna go through phases where we want to be dumb hoes, but
Yeah. We signed up
but
for it.
still, at least you're educated on what you're getting into. And maybe when you're ready to get out of it, then
Yeah.
you have the tools from each person that you learned some good stuff from.
Yeah. I feel like not having that male perspective is like a devastating and deficit for us, right? Because we don't, like, to more to you guys' point, you don't have that person that you can either learn from, watch, and stuff like that. Like, even like a brother. Like, so I have a brother. Watching him, his dating, he wasn't like out here playing or nothing, but he could have. But how he handled women, like he didn't really like talk to us and have like that brother sister conversation, but like he kind of showed it. So he didn't bring just randos to meet my mom. It was just like, I'm in a relationship with this girl, I like her, this is what this is, and then we will meet that person. So like I said, to Star's point, you need somebody from every different range of every different part of life, people that are healed, people that are not healed, all those things, all those type of men to kind of see what you want, what you don't want, what you like, what's a good quality and stuff like that. And then to be able to go to somebody and say, listen, I'm going through this, and not necessarily have that, especially like to what Sai was saying, a platonic person, right? Somebody that's not trying to, I feel like you can find them. It's rare, but you can find somebody that's not trying to hump you on the low and like doing and playing the long game.
He's behind the curtain.
And playing the long game, right?
behind the
But
curtain.
can actually give you sound advice and be like, listen, you talking and I'm like, this is what I'm going through. Like, maybe you need to look inwardly. It's something that you're inputting. Because I had one of my guy friends, he told me like years ago I was dating this guy. He knew him and he was like, hey, Loretta, can I talk to you? Can we really have a conversation? And he said, you know how long I've known you? And I'm like, yeah. And he was like, I need you to allow that man to be a man. And you talking to somebody that was, I don't want to say hyper independent, but I was at that point in my life where I was going from a certain place in my life where I was at my lowest and I was in survival mode, so I always had to make sure I did it. So when people were approaching me like, oh, I like what you're doing, I couldn't let them be like, even though, and I was like, why would you say it to me? He said, because you need to let him be a man. I need you to really hear what I'm saying. I know you don't understand what I'm saying, but you'll see it in your relationship, but let that man be a man. And like, this is somebody that I've known, interacted with, like work related, like not necessarily like a work husband, but like it was somebody that I had like worked at like this workforce situation where he was helping me with like jobs, stuff like that, and we was just talking and we got real cool because I knew him outside of that. And he was just like, yeah, you need to let that man be a man because he's a good guy. And the type of person you are, I understand why you are the way you are, but you need to let him be a man because you're going to push him away because you so independent. You're not going to allow him to do. And it didn't dawn on me until like a couple months later. Of course, that relationship ended because, you know, when you hear somebody and you're not ready to hear, you don't hear, right? So when I had my son, I was used to doing everything for my daughter and not really having her dad participate, right? So now with my son when I had my son early on, his dad was very much involved. You know how hard it was for me to involve him planning the birthday party? Because I was so used to doing it with my daughter every birthday by myself and just making sure. And he like, excuse me, I ain't no deadbeat. What you need me to do? Like, how much money you need for this? How much is this? And like, even my son dad had to tell me like, you got to tell me, and I got you. Like, include me. Yeah. But and then when he said it to me and how he sat me down, I was like, yeah. Oh, okay, I get it. I didn't understand it then because I wasn't ready to understand, but I had to understand it, and it went forward, going forward. But, yeah, you need that.
So I did a lot of dumb stuff. 20s and 30s, right? And I've always had, platonic male friends my entire life, right? Most of them didn't know the dumb stuff I was doing. I didn't tell them. And I look back on that like, if I had told them, I probably wouldn't have kept doing dumb stuff. Because no shade to, any females or whatever in my life, but the advice is different. You know what I'm saying? Like, like we talked before about females saying, oh, well, play dumb. You know what I mean? Let them feel like, they're teaching you something, right? I tell one of my male friends that they're like, don't ever do that. Men can tell when you're playing dumb. And we don't like women that are dumb. So I don't know why, there's this thing about that or whatever, right? So that's what I mean when I say, like, you know what I mean? The advice is different. And I think, like, if I had been honest with them, during that time, I probably wouldn't have made some of the decisions that I made throughout, because they would have been like, yo, no, that's not cool. You know what I mean? So bringing it back to the movie, because none of them had any positive male figures, they were only getting advice from each other. And every last one of y'all are making bad decisions. So there's no logic. And I mean, I say that I'm more logical than emotional. But I'm just saying, like, in the movie, yeah, some things they said to each other, were logical. Like when Savannah was like, you think this man only doing drugs on the weekend? Like, you know what I mean? Like there was some logic, being used. But for the most part, everybody wasn't making good decisions.
Yeah.
But yet advising each other. So sometimes
The blind
you
leading
do
the blind.
need that male.
Yeah.
And to piggyback on what Dana said, I absolutely listen to men, okay?
Yeah.
Not every man,
Right.
but the men that I
gotta know
know
who to
have my
listen
best
to.
interest.
Have your
Yeah.
best interest.
The men that have logic in their own lives and handle their business and make certain decisions, those are the men that I listen to. So whenever people say women don't listen to men, no, women don't listen to certain men. And as Jill Scott said, if you can tell me what to do, you can tell me what to do.
That
But if
part.
you can't tell me what to do, then you can't tell me what to do. And that's just a matter of who I see that man that's telling me what to do or who to listen to. Since a little kid, I've been listening to men. My grandfather, God rest his soul. Every night I got kicked out of their room. My grandma would be like, get out of my room, I'm trying to go to bed. Because I'm listening to him. I'm learning from him. You know what I mean? He taught me all these things that I carry with me. So that started for me at a young age. And even with us changing the name of this podcast, we listen to men.
Yeah.
Because Uncle BG from BTG was like, everybody calls themselves queen. Why are y'all going, So when he said that, I'm like, yeah, we got to come up with something else. So we absolutely listen to men.
Yes.
And as you can see, we are a main character energy
Yes.
podcast.
Woo.
Yes.
And this is as a result of listening to men. I'm even sitting here because I listen to men, Keith and I,
Keith,
saying,
yeah,
yo, you
yeah.
don't belong just behind the scenes. So we absolutely listen to men. And
Yes.
as I told them, last night, it's a beautiful thing to have men in your life that care about you without an agenda. They don't want nothing
And wanting
but for
to
you
you
to
win.
care about them back. Be considerate to them back. We give each other advice, the female advice, because female advice is beneficial to men as well.
Yeah.
And they ask for it. They ask
Yeah.
for it from us.
Because I saw Cam Newton say he don't have any platonic friends at all because he would be attracted to them. And people were like, there's no reason to have. And I'm like, there is a reason. Because at the end of the day, even if you're in a relationship with a woman, sometimes men don't understand women. Sometimes women don't understand men. And your female friend be like, well, she probably said that because of this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or she took it this way because this
Right.
is when you said this.
And
you
that's why I
basically-
have a lot of male friends because they like, you're a female, but you're logical. You know what I mean? You're not just going to give me this emotional response.
But
And
for
vice
Cam
versa.
Newton though, he don't want no female friends because he don't want good advice on how to treat women good anyway.
Whoa.
That part.
Okay.
Yeah, Cam.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. So
But we're going to let that one go.
this was amazing. Episode 1 is done.
Yes.
We exhaled. We laughed. We threw shade at Rosa Parks.
Yes. Hey, yo. During Black
You know what
History
I'm saying?
Month.
During Black History Month.
Lying about that car.
Don't be a roach.
We don't know if it was a Honda, but shout out to Honda.
Or a Hyundai.
It probably was a caddy back in them days.
All right,
Or
so-
Ford. It was a Ford because it's Ford cars are the shittiest cars in the world. So yes, it was a
Whoa.
Ford.
So it would make sense
wow.
that she needed an oil change
Yeah,
that
it was a
day.
The
Ford.
oil change for sure.
It was a Ford.
Y'all discovering history right now. I'm just. I'm not even. I don't even drive as a professional pastor. I know that they need
stay out
the
of
oil
our
change.
scene. We like that narrative.
Yeah.
We like that narrative.
We're women. That sounds like a man's problem.
I mean, we can't say she had a Tesla. They wasn't out back then.
No, she probably had a Cadillac. Was it the Cadillacs back out then? Yeah, it was.
No, they need
It was
charge. They
Cadillacs
need,
back then, right?
They need
Electricity.
electricity.
Yeah, there were, right?
It was caddies. It was caddies out back in the day. Yeah.
Yeah,
I see Rose. I see Rosa in the caddy. Because her husband probably makes some money. They had a caddy.
So Rosa was rich.
She was. She was a middle class citizen.
Rosa Parks is one of the hidden figures. No, I'm playing.
She was not hidden.
Just say no, she wasn't.
No, she wasn't. Bayard Rustin was a hidden figure, but we're not going to talk about that.
No.
Exactly. Bayard Rustin.
Oh.
He was a key, intricate part of the civil rights movement, but he was an outly homosexual man.
No,
So he couldn't.
Claudette Colvin was a hidden figure.
Yeah.
Because they gave Rosa Parks credit for not giving up a seat first.
Yeah.
And it was really her. So she's a hidden figure.
Yeah.
'Cause most people don't even know
It's a
who
lot
she
of hidden
is.
figures for the civil rights movement. We going,
And Pootie Tang said Sadate and Tipitai on the Capital.
you know what?
And
See,
Menage
Sadate, my nigga.
And a
Sadate.
toast to-
We'll see you on episode 2.
Congratulations. ladies.
Congratulations on a great episode.
Salud, salud.
Main Character Energy Podcast
That
out.
was amazing.
May our stars shine so brightly, only the most sunny days can compare.